This is MSR TV6 15 Minutes News. In the headlines, agreement signed for the repairs of 16 streets. Man arrested, firearms confiscated. Red Cross assists fire victims. These stories with much more details coming up right after this commercial.
MSR Cable TV, simply the best.
An agreement was signed for the paving of 16 streets between Public Housing, Environment, Spatial Planning, and Infrastructure of ROMI, Minister Maurice Lake, Department Head of ROMI, Claudius Boncamper, and Gergo Rijkers, Head of Windward Roads Operations. The partial capital of the invested budget for the project is worth 2.29 million guilders and covers individual streets spanning from 240 to 1,880 square meters in size. The streets in question include Middle Region, Hope Estate, Sucker Garden, Mount William Hill, St. Peter's, South Ward, Coal Bay, and K Bay. Here is Head of ROMI, Mr. Boncamper, during the press conference.
The works have been contracted for a total of 2.289 million guilders. That's the first phase. The second phase should be approximately 2.6, 2.7 million. That will give you an idea that there's more, there's another big group of roads coming in. Another 11 to 12 roads still have to go on into the second phase. And to answer you correctly, how are we going to control it? If you look at the works that are carried out very often by the Ministry of ROMI, especially the Department of Infrastructure Management, we use the internal personnel to control. We have a lot of engineers on staff in our department, and I don't see the need to have a consultant doing that work. The monies that I save by not paying a consultant, I can build an additional road with it. That has always been my philosophy. If I have local in-house engineers, they should be used first, and if I can't get out of it because of the technical difficulties or the degree of difficulty, I will hire in a consultant for that. But in general, the work will be supervised by the department and ministry itself. I prefer at this point in time not to create any kind of false hope by saying a name of a road as long as the monies have not been approved yet. We are talking about capital expenses. We are talking about a budget 2015 that still has to pass in Parliament. I don't want to be accused of telling Parliament what they have to do. Once they approve the funds, the ministry will execute the tender that has already been done.
Minister Maurice Lake expressed his satisfaction on the project.
Well, as I mentioned before, this was all part of the capital investment budget, which was finally approved. And like I said, since I came into government, and then I had an opportunity to especially start these projects, but I work very closely with the different community councils to have public-private partnership. So finally, this is the opportunity for me to start my work. What I would like to mention, and especially as minister, since I came in, it's very important is that all my projects, I include all of the youngsters from different districts to be part of the project. So, it's one thing, my record speaks for itself, and very important to know too is that you get full support from all of the different community councils and residents to make sure that their input and concerns have been taken into consideration. Also, I would like to mention too, concerning the traffic, most of these inner roads, you don't have much traffic congestion. These are inner roads where have been dirt roads for quite a long time, and the residents are really looking forward to see this project up and running.
Head of Windward Roads Operation, Rijkers, requests that the public show patience during the time of the repairs and the much noise. A 25-year-old man was arrested on suspicion of dealing in firearms and handling stolen goods. A warrant was being issued for the arrest of RRR from St. Martin, who was detained on Thursday, August 21st between 5 a.m. to 6 p.m. Based on an in-depth investigation and information received, the police department became aware of an address for the suspect in question in Dutch Quarter. Detective, the police arrest team, and several patrol attend the area in search of the suspect. Whilst in Dutch Quarter, the units received information that the suspect was in a home on Gibbs Drive. They attended the location, but when the suspect noticed the officers, he made off on foot to avoid being captured. The suspect was chased and after a short search was located in another house in Tokyo Drive in Dutch Quarter. He again tried to make off from officers but was apprehended by the police officer arrest team. During a search of the suspect home address on Gibbs Drive, several handguns, an assault rifle, and a large amount of ammunition was found and confiscated for further investigation. The suspect remains in custody for further interrogation. When asked, police spokesperson Inspector Ricardo Henson could not give any information to whether the arrest was linked to two recent murders on the island. The investigation continues. We are here at the Sonesta Great Bay Hotel for the second annual job fair. Here we can see many persons in the background applying for jobs, and this is the second year, and we interviewed some of the department heads, and this is what they had to say concerning the applicants they have been receiving.
We have a good bit of applicants that is coming to for interview for the front desk area and the lobby area.
How long are you working at that Great Bay and the front desk area?
I'm here now for 13 years.
Wow.
There's lots of potentials. There's a lot of serious workers. So far, some good team players that we need here at the Sonesta Great Bay.
Everything is going well.
Yeah. How many persons have signed up here for you on this department?
I've already interviewed 7 persons.
And have you seen potentials in those persons? And how long are you working at Great Bay?
I've been here now almost 2 years, and you do have a lot of the interview with potential. Some is young and they don't really know what they really want, so you kind of ask them, what do you like to do? You let them talk. So when they talk, they pretty much, their self comes out.
You're here for a job?
Like everybody
That's
else.
okay. And what department you're seeking a job in?
And maybe tourism or hospitality. Yeah.
Are you newly out of school?
No.
Not really?
No, not really.
And you think it's very difficult to find a job here in St. Martin as a young person?
Yes, and I believe that the politics and government should provide jobs for young people like me, and the rest of us are speaking on their behalf.
And what about your opinion on this thing? Do you think the politicians are doing enough?
They're doing very well, but they need more jobs on St. Martin for the young people. And right now, I'm busy trying to get a scholarship to go Florida.
Well, right now it's going great. It's better than we expected. And usually we do this often because we want the best to be working at Sonesta Great Bay. So we're looking for great smiles and great personalities.
And how many applicants have you received so far?
Well, right now we are like 50 right now, and we are aiming for 150. So we're going really awesome.
And Rose, is all these people going to be able to get a job, or some is going to stay on file until openings?
Well, right now, yes. And those who do not get through here will actually get through at Maho, because they also have a project over there. And so there are more opportunities for them. It's wider. So it does not stop here at Sonesta Great Bay. It goes over to Sonesta Maho also.
And Rose, looking at the persons, I see there's a lot of young persons here applying. Are you seeing great potentials in these people here?
Yes, of course. As at Sonesta Great Bay, we love young people, and I think they are attracted to Great Bay, and we love them. And the good thing about the young people is that they are eager to learn, and so I'm glad that on this job fair that the young people are coming out. So,
this is Abigail Coakley-Hodge reporting for MSR TV6 50 Minutes News. Red Cross St. Martin is once again being kept busy doing humanitarian service to the community, and this time around they are busy helping feed and clothe the fire victims who have lost everything during the stream of fires in the St. Peter's areas during the past weeks. Julia Boseman of the Red Cross spoke to MSR News Crew on this situation, and this is what she had to say.
As you can see, over the weeks we had a couple of fires in St. Peter's. I think it was 3 fires, which some families them lose their home, they lose everything. So what we hear as the Red Cross, as a humanitarian, we help them, in what we have. Not everything, it's just what we have, we give them. And as you see, we pack in the boxes with some food, they get in some clothing, some towels, sheets, anything that we have, we help them with so they can start from somewhere. Because everything is gone, and if you don't have nothing, you're glad of what you can get, to help and start again.
Ms. Boseman, where are these families being housed right now after the fire?
As I understood, I have the government social here with us. Some of them are in the St. Peter's Community Center, and some, I think, is with families still. So they have somewhere to stay so long until they get, somewhere proper living where they can start a new home. Yeah.
And how many families are you helping presently here?
Okay, right now we are doing 5 families. We have some more still to come, but we start with 5 families, because we can't have the whole one time. So we pack these and then the others will come and we start over again.
Charlene, who is one of the fire victims who lost her 3-bedroom home and all her possession, said she is giving God thanks that she and her children are alive. Here is Charlene.
Well, so far I'm coping very good. I give God thanks, number one, and my family, and God bless that my kids and everybody are safe. And I thank the White and Red Cross for everything, for all the help. And God bless you all.
So you are here and you're collecting a box to take back. And how soon you will be getting a place of your own?
Hopefully between 4 or 5 months. Because right now we're just demolishing the house and getting everything in order. So with the grace of God, everything will work.
Just 7 days before parliamentary elections, all politicians and candidates are said to be in good spirit and ready to take on the task ahead. At least, this is what they say. MSR team met up with Minister of Public Health, Labor and Social Affairs, Mr. Cornelius de Wever, and he expressed himself concerning the upcoming election and the challenges.
Well, I feel very good going into this election. First of all, I've been working 3.5 years, very hard for the people of St. Martin. We increased the pension for them, we increased the financial assistance, we decreased unemployment by training and building skills of our young people and then find them suitable jobs. We did this in cooperation with the business community. I built the water plant, the Point Blanche water plant. So there are many things that I can go on and on about, but the short-term contract was a piece of legislation which also included maternity leave, equal treatment, and also transfer of enterprise to avoid another Pelican situation. These are all things that I have done during my tenure as minister. I think this speaks volumes in itself, and if I can accomplish these things in 3.5 years, imagine given a real opportunity, what else I could achieve for Country St. Martin. The thing is that many people say, well, Connie, you've been quiet. I said, well, I haven't really been quiet. I've been working for 3.5 years. I have always been in the papers. I've always been informing the public of what it is I'm doing. But did I ever come out against our factions? Absolutely not, because I was a professional appointment. I was not a political appointment. It's not like I ran in the last election and then all of a sudden, so I was appointed professionally. So I acted professionally and I did my work professionally. And I was able to accomplish these things because of the way I worked. Now, as of July 11th, I became a politician because I postulated myself on the Democratic Party as their number 2 candidate. And I believe that come August 29th, we will be victorious, and we definitely will hold the key to any future development on St. Martin. I think on August 29th at midnight, we're going to find out the real truth. The people will have spoken, and based on that, I think the minds will meet and decide if there's going to be a coalition and who the coalition is going to be with. I am open to anything, so I look forward to working. Again, I have spent 3.5 years working. I am not afraid to work with anyone, but it has to be in the general interest of St. Martin. If it's about greed and loyalty, they can't exist under one roof, and they can't exist in government. And that's why the Democratic Party has been able to provide the stability in government for the last 3.5 years, because had it not been for the Democratic Party, we would have had definitely at least 2 or 3 elections since then. But being able to provide the stability gave investors in St. Martin the confidence to go ahead and invest. It also gave the population a sense of calm as well, because the Prime Minister said the same, the Minister of Health, Social Development said the same. At one point, even the Minister of Justice went on for an extra term. So we understand the dynamics, but I don't believe we need to continue in this shape and fashion. I think we need to provide stability, and that's by putting the Democratic Party back in government come August 29th. And as your number 2 candidate who has that experience of providing stability, of working hard for you, then you understand that this is almost a no-brainer. If somebody works hard, wouldn't you want them back there and representing them? Absolutely. So I'm asking humbly the population of St. Martin on August 29th to elect me, Cornelius DeWeaver, as your number 2 candidate on the DP state to represent you in Parliament, because you know work will get done.
This has been MSR TV6 15 Minutes News. We want to thank you for viewing. Until next time.